Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason X.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet.
How to do it? Yeah, it is.
Woo! We are back
Yeah.
again.
Look at it.
It's been a month.
It's been a month.
Well,
I mean, like it has been a month since the beginning of the month. This is the end of the month.
Is this the last Wednesday of the month?
This is the last Wednesday of the month.
Guys, we did it.
We did it.
January in the books, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
We have somehow survived.
We've seen it all.
Literally.
Everything that you could imagine would happen has happened. It's all going down.
Yeah, like I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised. Not at all.
I'm not surprised. I'm not happy.
Yeah, I'm not I don't like it.
I don't like.
I'm not happy.
I feel like when we left 2024, okay? And for those of you who don't know, like 2024 for me personally, it's a bad year.
Bad year.
Not great.
Not great.
Was a year of chaos. Was a year of uncertain. We got hit by a hurricane
Twice.
Had other things happen throughout the year that weren't great.
Yeah.
And so I was ready, 2025, all right, we're gonna turn this ship around.
Yeah.
We're gonna it's a fresh start.
Yeah.
It's a new me, it's new you, it's a new My Dog Blue.
It wasn't gonna start off that way.
So I
here's the problem.
Hope.
Well, yeah. See, that's what I was just gonna say is you went into 2025 with optimism. Which lately doesn't get you very far.
That's on me, bro.
That's on you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I came in knowing. No, you know what it is? I didn't know what to expect.
Sure.
But I wasn't surprised by the outcome.
Okay.
And I think that was what I expected. That I expected to be surprised by the outcome, but not surprised that it happened. You know what I mean?
Sure. Okay.
It's kind of like, you don't want to go in to that dark cave because some shit's gonna go down.
Well, you also you don't want to pre-convince yourself that you're gonna have a bad time.
Exactly. But you kind of have to.
You have to prepare for the worst.
Like that's a dark cave. I don't know what's in there.
There could be snakes in there.
There could be spiders,
right?
And
scorpions.
But I'm gonna go anyway.
I have to. It's only one way.
I have to, because I'm just compelled to. And then I get in there, and it's like, no, it's not spiders. It's just fucking ghouls, just at your thigh, and you're like, yeah, I'm not surprised this happened.
No,
but I am surprised at what I saw.
Sure,
and I don't like it.
Right? Yeah,
that's been 2025, man.
Look
forward to next year.
2025 started with the California fires, and boy, we didn't start the fire, but
somebody did.
God, I'm pretty sure it was that fucking dude that did the chip shot with the flaming golf ball into the pile. I saw the evidence. Case closed.
I mean, there's so much evidence out there. Just watch any video. Right? The evidence exists. You just have to. Is that what it is that people are so unsure of the truth? Because there's so much content, and they're like, "Well, how can you decipher?" There's just so many videos.
Have you ever met somebody who truly believes the world was flat?
No, but I wish I had.
I have. I've met somebody.
I'm so curious to know how they think.
It's not great.
That's kind of what I feel.
Yeah.
But much like expectations, I'm not going to be surprised by what they say.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But
no.
What they say will be a surprise to me.
Well, what you find with these type of people is that they have all these explanations, right?
Yeah.
And when you try to talk rationally about these explanations, it always either comes back to, well, they're lying.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, who's they? And they can't tell you. or the government. And it's like, okay, like I don't think like the head of the Farmers Association is lying to me per se. He
For
might,
no reason.
fudging them numbers.
What's his agenda?
Everyone's got one.
Everyone's got one.
Everyone's got one,
Everyone's got one and they all stink.
Oh, fuck.
Did you what was I gonna say there? And I forgot and I completely cut you off too.
It's the best in the business, folks. I'm so confused all the time now. And I feel like it's got to be me, right? Like I'm the one who must not be thinking correctly, or I must be the one that's like, no, there's something I'm not seeing, or I'm just so confused by things that I see that are so fucking obvious. And I'm like, help me. Like, what am I?
We're all dying. Is the problem. Like, we're all just close to it.
Sure.
And I think everybody is just at that end of it all where they're just like, fuck it. Let's just say shit and make it up. Because again, there's so much video. There's so much content out there.
Right.
Like,
sure.
How do you decide? Oh, I remembered what I was going to say before.
Okay, great.
How many times have you been tricked into watching a flat earth video? Or no, I'm sorry, a flat earth movie. A movie about flat earth.
A movie specifically?
Yeah.
Never.
Twice.
Twice?
Technically, I mean, I guess you could technically say 6 times. Considering like one is all within a universe.
So like
like it's a movie franchise.
So you were like 4 Potters in before you realized it was dog shit.
No. Well, okay, because those Pirate of the Caribbean movies, those are all.
They're flat earther movies.
Yeah, those
right?
are flat earthers.
Yeah, they literally sail off the fucking end of the earth, don't they?
Yeah. So like that's what 5 right there.
I mean, I didn't make it past 2.
You didn't make it past 2?
Listen, like if you rewatch,
your kid love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, but like I left the room because if you watch Pirates of the Caribbean 2,
yeah,
they took all the beats that worked from the first movie,
yeah,
and then just did them again, but did them all in a row, multiple times.
Yeah,
and it's like, this is horrible.
That was unwatchable. That was also the era of franchise movies where the second movie was always the same thing as the first one, like Hangover 2, 22 Jump Street, every Pirates movie. Fuck it, John Wick. They're all the same. It's the same thing over and over again. But
Die Hard.
There are the Die Hard. There are those ones, and then I watched this movie Dark City like a month back.
Okay,
which was supposed to be this, whole like 90s cult sci-fi classic. And I watched, like, I get to the end, and spoiler for 30-year-old movie, like, there's a flat Earth. Oh, and I was like, and I was so pissed because I kind of liked the movie,
sure,
and then
you wanted to like the movie,
yeah, and then the ending hit, and I'm just like, fuck this movie, this is dumb. Like, I just wasted my time. And it wasn't that great of a movie to begin with. But then, like, I looked it up online, and I Googled it, and I was like, is Dark City about flat Earth? And they were like, no. And I'm like, you're lying to me. Now you're trying to gaslight me.
They're in on it.
Droves of people were saying, no, it's not about flat Earth. And I'm like, then you are part of the cult.
They're in the conspiracy.
You're the conspiracy.
They're the they.
You can't convince me otherwise. This is my truth. And I was tricked into watching a bullshit movie.
And reality is a singular experience, so it's whatever you want it to be.
I don't know. I feel like these days, like we are really all living the same. We're all living the same existence. Maybe that's why shit's so haywire.
Like all the streams are crossing.
Like all the streams are like coming together, and it's like a little like it's getting too crowded. The neurons aren't firing off as they should.
Well, luckily they're approving it now so they can build condos in Alaska, right? Like they're just gonna fucking decimate Just chop it in half and then
chop what in half?
Alaska.
They're gonna cut Alaska in half?
Yeah, didn't you hear?
There's been so much news
Drill,
in the
baby,
past
drill.
week.
Didn't you hear?
Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna put ski resorts and condos and oil fields in Alaska because fuck the parks and nature.
This is just that. This is like every 80s ski movie. You know?
We just need
business tycoon rolling into town. Oh, look at this small little dump shithole. I'm going to buy it, and then we're going to drill. Then we're going to put up luxury condos in a J.C. Penney.
Could you imagine if J.C. Penney could get in on Trump's deal? How fucking thrilled they would be. They'd be like, "We're saved.
That's the
we're
plot
saved,
dude." That was the plot of Roadhouse.
I know.
Like the whole reveal at the end is J.C. Penney here is because of me.
Steve King is a pro drill. He wants cheap gas.
Cheap gas. I'm surprised we haven't gone electric yet.
Well, it's gonna be mandated, right? Because like fellow guy was rolling face at the goddamn
I mean, they might be trying to distance themselves from fellow guy.
Well, I think everybody should be distancing themselves from everybody. Like, I don't want to be responsible.
Well,
I don't want to be associated with anybody.
I don't
know you. That's my purse.
It's my purse. My purse. I wear it proudly.
Exactly. Fuck. Strange times, everyone. Strange times.
We're all lost. It doesn't matter. Just be happy with where you're at.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
That's what
or whatever the fuck. You know?
Let's talk about some bullshit, shall we?
Let's do it. All right.
Pro wrestling. Some goddamn pro wrestling.
Well, real quick, because we touched a little bit upon it last week. Did you catch any more AEW?
Yes.
You did? Okay. I want to know about this.
Okay. So here, first off, I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Started watching wrestling a lot recently. Okay. Mainly because, Raw was going to Netflix. I wanted to be informed. It was a monumental thing, et cetera, et cetera. They hooked me for another week. I watched again. You told me to watch AEW. I did that.
Yeah.
And then, just to be fair, I had to give them another shot. But then in the course of that, there was fucking Saturday night's main event. Then there was another goddamn Raw that was going. And like, guys, I don't have the time. Have the time. It's too much. There's too much motherfucking wrestling, period.
You've been back for a couple of weeks and you're just overwhelmed already.
I'm ready to check the fuck out.
Wow.
Like, because when I think about the Dynamite show I watched, I can't tell you anything that happened.
Oh, dude, I fucking love that.
I legitimately cannot remember anything that happened on that show.
Okay.
Other than I think Bobby Lashley won.
Let's see if I can find the result.
That's about all the fuck I can remember. And I don't necessarily know that that's like a slate on their product. I mean, it might be, but it's also because I've watched so much bullshit in the past week that my head is swimming.
Yeah. What did happen last week? Let's see. On Dynamite results. You had a Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega face to face.
Sure, I think that happened. Yeah.
The Edgelord John Moxley cut a promo backstage.
Sure.
Yep.
Bergen.
Oh,
well, shit. I got something right.
You had Private Party versus the Hurt Syndicate, which was Lashley and Shelton.
They got their asses kicked.
What, those Private Party?
Yeah.
Which is fucking hilarious because like they were just getting like pushed a little bit.
Yeah, they got destroyed.
So it's good that AEW's maintaining consistency with their talent. Jeff Jarrett was there.
Fucking A. Can we stop with Jeff Jarrett?
No, Jeff Jarrett. No. Jeff Jarrett's the man.
Fuck you. No, he's not.
No, he's the man because, and we've spoken upon this in the past, carniest worker in the game.
He is, but he also snubbed me. So, like, I've got heat with Jeff.
I mean, he paid me. I got a great payday from him.
I'm fucking happy for you, brother.
I mean, Austin, hey, you know what? That's one I got over on Austin. I got a great payday from Jarrett. Steve didn't.
That's one for you, brother.
That's one for me, brother. When you now next time you ask me who'd I ever beat, Stone Cold, baby. A hell of a payday, and I got free pizza that night. So I got one of the best payoffs I ever had in the business, plus free pizza, plus a couple of fun stories, and I got to wrestle some some good talent too.
Oh,
that was the best show I ever worked.
Bergman in. Hot news. Jarrett lost to Claudio tonight. Pinfall victory over Claudio. I beat Jeff Jarrett. I beat Jeff Jarrett. I got my heat back.
Damn.
There's your receipt, Double J.
Also last week, it's Swerve Strickland, AR Fox, MJF cut a promo, which... Can we talk? Let's talk about MJ. Fuck the rest of this show, because the rest of this show sounds fucking just boring as shit.
I don't remember anything that happened.
Which is funny. MJF. Last week, I had some words.
You cut a promo.
MJF. I cut a better promo than MJF has. Knowing how we've been on this show and knowing how our viewing audience tends to react to a lot of the things we say, mainly in short form, which, hey, if that's where you are, we appreciate
that's your preference, you know.
But I had brought up MJF being the dullest, most boring heel in the business. And, you know, I know that over the past few years, he's gained a pretty good fan base. But I was surprised to see how many people agreed with me.
It was like 95%.
95%.
It was wild.
Like, and people were adding more points to it. People were, you know, bringing in all this other background. I was just like, fuck yeah, you know.
You know, that's 2 for you.
It's 2 for me.
Look at you.
It's 2 for me.
You know, 2025 ain't so bad for you. You know, you're doing all right. Look at Kev.
It's a good year.
It took the world to burn, but like you got this one, dude.
Finally got it. Finally got mine. I got my miracle.
Bergman and he says the show's not actually bad and Collision was better. Didn't they cancel that show?
I thought they canceled Thunder.
Like on TBS?
Yeah, isn't that what? No, fucking what the fuck is that? Wasn't that the thing? Wasn't that?
No, that would be WCW's B show from fucking. 2000.
I mean, it might as well have been WCW Thunder. Fucking, what was it like? It was Velocity. It was their fucking Shotgun Saturday Night.
Shotgun Saturday Night.
No, Rampage. AEW Rampage.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, like, what was the tiered system of the AEW shows? Like, you had Dynamite, and then there was Collision, and then there's Rampage, and then there's like. Was it?
I missed their YouTube show. Like I watched their YouTube show.
Which one was that? Like AEW, like After Dark or AEW Dark,
something like that.
Which did air on TBS.
Look at that.
6:05.
How about that?
Nights.
Yeah, no, I like that because like nobody gave a fuck, and like you know, it was just indie talent trying to get seen.
Yeah.
And Tony Schiavone or fucking Taz and Excalibur just fucking ribbing each other
on the fucking commentary.
And it was fucking awesome because like you would see some dudes who like were really trying.
Yeah.
Because they're indie talents like trying. And then you'd see like these squash matches that didn't mean anything in a building that was empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was awesome.
So what they had like 4 shows, maybe 5. I don't know if they still do Dark. Rampage is done. Collision, and I don't know like which ones are you supposed to watch? Because I also know and Bergman, correct me here. Like when Tony Storm came back, she was going to be on like Collision, and everybody was like, no, she should be on Dynamite. That makes more sense. That's the flagship show. And I'm like, no, they're trying to pop a rating. And then they popped a rating, and then they put her back on Dynamite. And then on Dynamite, she like changed back to the gimmick she had just retired like the week before. Like, this is the problem with AEW. I want it to succeed, but they can't get out of their own way. They have shitty heels, okay? Nobody knows who the babyface is. Like, listen, your babyface shouldn't be going around burning down houses or stabbing people in the fucking head, okay? That's not babyface behavior, okay? Like, it's just, like, I don't get it. I don't know.
Well, maybe it's because you're out of touch.
I'm not out of touch.
I don't know, because like, who's the biggest babyface in the past, like, fucking 6 months?
Cody.
No, the guy that shot that CEO. So like, maybe you're wrong. Maybe stabbing a motherfucker's the way to go to be a babyface.
Fuck you, man. Why do you have to job me out like that? I'm over here trying to give a passionate speech.
No, it was wonderful.
And statement.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
I was inspired.
I appreciate you. Apparently so was he.
Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. So he's got an order for you.
Okay.
He says it was Dynamite, Rampage, and Dark. Then Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, Dark. Now it's Dynamite, Collision, and that's it. Okay. And let's see. Timeless Tony Storm just came back on Collision. And she threatened
to she threatened to rip Mariah May's tits off at the next event.
Oh, okay.
And the idea is that both shows are equal, but it's Dynamite then Collision. I mean, that's always been the case, where they're always like, Raw and SmackDown are both our favorite children, but the moment SmackDown went into the other room, Raw got a $5 bill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally.
Listen, and I mean, again, I don't care to ever go out of my way to hate something.
Right.
I don't care to boo something before it begins, unless it's a Jared Leto movie. So I want AEW to succeed, but I watch their product and I'm like, I don't see how that's really going to be possible in the long term. Like, I think it's great that everybody has a job. I'm happy for them. Again, I want to succeed, but then I watch it and nothing. As somebody who has watched professional wrestling their entire life, I watch AEW and I think I'm having a fever dream. That's
it's like I'm reading an article and I don't enjoy it, and like, but I want to get through the rest of the article.
You just gotta know,
right?
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily like their fault per se, but it is also kind of their fault.
Yeah.
In that, like, I'm not going back, guys. Like, I'm done. I'm done with AEW. I'll watch the fucking highlights and the spoilers, anything that, like, and then I'll have an opinion just like everybody else. And I'm pretty much like not gonna watch WWE regularly anymore either, because like I just fucking don't have the time.
I think after this month of Netflix expires, I'm done with Netflix. So that means I'll be done with Raw. I'll still definitely I'll catch the pay-per-views.
Well,
the PLEs.
Right. So like, I'm gonna watch the Rumble.
Hell yeah,
obviously. Bad Blood what is Backlash?
Backlash?
What's the next one?
Did you see they're going back to Paris?
No.
Clash in Paris, baby. Let's go. Let's bring those Paris fans back.
I will
get all the cheers. Yeah.
I'll be missing that one.
The French are back, baby.
They never left.
Yeah.
It's still
like that few years where we were like healing them.
Well, that's good. They deserve it.
So yeah, they've got the Rumble this weekend, which I forgot that it's this weekend because it's not normally in February.
It's true.
Right.
That is true. Yes.
But I think they had that obligation for Saturday Night Main Event.
Right.
And they were like, well, we can't do Rumble and
right.
especially because like that it's around the same time they'd want to do it. But real quick, what did you think of this past Saturday night's main event?
So I kind of watched. I didn't catch the whole thing. I'll admit that. I caught kind of the last part of it. I really watched essentially from when Jacob Fatu destroyed Braun Strowman, which was tremendous. It was very well done. And then I watched the main, to which I thought, boy, they dropped the ball. Like, if there was ever a fucking time to put the strap on Jay, you missed it.
Yeah.
Just like you missed it with Sammy in Montreal. Like, that dude was so over.
Yeah.
When he hit the combo with the splash at the end, and it wasn't the 3 count.
Yeah.
I literally text you like they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely at that peak now.
Yes.
Where if they don't do something, it's gonna fizzle.
You can't have that entrance on Raw that he had and keep that going and not give him anything.
Not give him anything. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like that was first off, I'm just like, he's wasting so much time. Like,
oh well,
like whose promo's getting cut? Because like they're doing this like 3 times.
Yeah.
So like I was a little miffed about that, but and then also I was miffed about the drone usage. But besides that, like the dude's as over as he's gonna be.
Yeah.
You need to elevate him.
Yeah. Like yeah. We can go into reasons for that, but yeah, like it's getting close to time. I'm not gonna be surprised if there's a Money in the Bank that he ends up getting.
Okay.
I mean, if anybody were to get it, it should be him.
I would agree with that.
100%. If anybody were to get it, because that cash in, no matter how, like, let's say he's peaking right now.
Sure.
WrestleMania hits. He's not there yet. Then after Mania, like there's a little bit of that fizzle,
Totally.
Slow him down a little bit. Money in the Bank, he gets it. That cash in, he's gonna get it all back.
You run into an issue though.
Okay.
Because once something starts to fizzle, right? It's very easy to be persuaded to do something different. Especially if you've got like a returning Bronson Reed or a returning somebody who can come and take that spot, who's going to be hot, right from the get-go. So like I like the idea of Jay. And the other issue is when he goes to cash in, like he's going to waste too much time doing the thing to where like it's not going to make any sense and it's going to look ridiculous.
No.
But I mean, he's got to get his shit in, right? But yeah, this was a missed opportunity. Gunther doesn't need the belt right now. He doesn't need it.
Well, I think they've inadvertently buried him.
Oh, Gunther?
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Like they have inadvertently buried him, whether it was conscious or not, because they've done him no favors since he's won that title.
They've turned him into like they've like shattered his confidence as a character, which is so strange.
They've made him very matter of fact, and he did lose a lot of that character build that he had before, where he was, I am the best because I've done this and I do this and you're not on my level. Therefore, you're not worthy. And then he goes out there and proves to them why they're not worthy. And just obliterates them. But I think he's definitely fallen down the card on Raw.
Yeah.
Like he is second fiddle to everything else going on.
Yes.
I mean, shit, even that promo where it was like him, Seth Rollins, and Logan Paul. Your heavyweight champion doesn't get the final word in that situation.
Not only that, but like
they basically left him there with his dick in his hand.
And not only that, but like your heavyweight champion, who's supposed to be your top heel, is not even close to getting the reaction of a YouTube guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not
well,
good.
I mean, listen, nobody likes Logan Paul.
I mean, no, he's a despicable human being, but like, you know, good for him.
Everybody hates that motherfucker.
Well, and here's the part where I think I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because, like, in a world that makes sense, that would mean he would be in the haves-nots. But since we are in the goddamn motherfucking Twilight Zone, the most despicable people are the haves.
Fucking A, right? It's crazy. So heading into the Rumble, you've got the men's and the women's.
It's an interesting year. It's really interesting
year, right?
It's so stacked that it could be anybody. Like, it legitimately could be anybody.
And I think what's interesting about that as well is, even if it's not the people you think it'll be, like, they still have something that they can jump to. You know what I mean? Like there's still something there for them that could easily work if they go that direction. And that's like with everybody on the card.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Bergman here with a point. You either are the unbreakable monster heel in the Brock Roman mold, or you're weak chicken shit. There hasn't been interesting heel development in like 15 years. Agreed. You know who the most fucking interesting heel is on the roster? The goddamn legend, Dominic Mysterio.
The best. The fucking best.
He is the best heel in the company.
Yo, okay. You should watch. I know you don't like watching wrestling, but they just released a thing on YouTube where like a bunch of people like are watching last year's Rumble.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like him, Carlito, JD, and like they're all sitting there like watching it, and Dominic is just ripping on everybody. Like making fun of everybody, like applauding when Punk blows out his tricep. Like, he's just talking so much shit, and it's so good. Like he's the only person that, like, even if you go and watch some of his like podcast interviews, like, he's still that guy.
He will be over with me forever, because what he did to Logan Paul. It was so great. It was so fucking next level heel, and so subtle heel. I'm like, that's a master.
Yeah,
that is a master.
Yeah,
he's been waiting for this since the day he was born.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, if y'all sleeping on Dom, what are you doing? Are you even a fan?
Like, if I could book anyone and win Money in the Bank, it'd be Dom.
Oh my God. Could you fucking imagine?
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine? Good God.
Yo, I want that to happen more than Jay.
Give him the pencil.
You want to know
Give him
the ultimate fucking turn? Okay. Jay wins the title in a singles match. Ooh, big hard-hitting bout. But all of a sudden, guess who comes running down the aisle? Briefcase in hand.
Dirty Dom. That's heat.
That's
heat.
First night winning it for Jay. Dom immediately steals it from him.
Oh,
that would be. And then boom, right there. And then you got a whole new feud.
Whole new feud.
And
Jay's got to go through the whole Judgment Day.
Yeah.
To get to. You got 6 months.
You got 6 months right there.
6 months.
Yeah.
God damn it. So,
and you build a wonderful baby face in the process.
That is very true. Now,
Mhm.
unfortunately, JD.
Yo.
I don't even know where to begin.
You texted me that, like, I was still out
Mm-hmm.
when you texted me that, and I was like, all right, like, because like I don't think I knew what you meant when
Mm-hmm.
you were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like it was pretty good then, right? Like you probably like did some crazy fucking bump. Well, he did a crazy fucking bump. Broken ribs and punctured lung.
I gotta say this. The performance that JD McDonough put on Raw was one of the greatest professional performances I've seen in decades. It was unfucking real.
We talked last week when Dakota Kai took that drop kick, and she was concussed. You were right. No, because I like
rant and,
I hadn't heard anything about it.
right.
Like that was the first I heard about it. I was like, wait, like what do you
Yeah,
mean?
but you had some strong opinions immediately.
Like I was surprised they kept him in there.
Oh, I know.
And it looked like at one point Dom was maybe like, hey, like hang back.
Mm-hmm.
Or like you could hear him saying, like, no, I'm fine. Like even the ref checked on him. And I thought the ref like was gonna be like, no, like stay out. Or like, no, like I didn't see anybody come down. And like maybe it was just off camera, but I didn't see anybody come down. I didn't see anybody tending to him. And he just gets back in there and takes more sick fucking bumps.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Which, okay, because let me get your take on this. Because when I watched that happen, immediately I'm like, everybody in the match, including the referee, need to work together to keep him out, to keep him away. Because we don't know what happened to him, and we certainly don't want to exacerbate it.
Right.
So, like, even if he does get back in the ring, like, I'm not throwing motherfuckers around after they just crashed and burned like that. They looked like they carried on the match in full, and it looked like he was taking some stiff bumps.
Yeah, like the shot with the knee to the back of the head was fucking
like
brutal.
I saw that and I was like, that was unnecessary. Even if it was safe, it was unnecessary.
Yeah, I agree. That was the one where I was like, they should have called an audible.
Yeah.
On the move itself. It's so hard. And it's so hard because like I've been in that situation. Like one of the matches I'm like the most proud of is the match that I got completely knocked out in like the first 5 seconds of. I got hit with a high knee from ISIS, and next thing I knew, he was picking me up off the ground when I was in a standing position. Last I knew.
Yeah.
But the rest of the match went phenomenal. And it's one of my favorite matches I've ever done. But also, like, I was knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
So it's so hard because, like, that adrenaline's going and it can get you through so much more than you think it can. But then after the fact, you're like, fuck, like, I couldn't remember the match. I can't remember most of that night.
Yeah.
Because of being knocked out. So it's hard. And it's hard in the sense of like who's responsible for making that call, because the guys in the ring, like they have to, like their adrenaline's going too.
Yeah.
And like if I'm in that situation, I'm just gonna like, hey man, you good? And he's gonna be like, yep, I'm good. I'm like, all right, we're moving on.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because you trust that the other person would say something. But if they've been knocked the fuck out or they've got a concussion, and they're running on adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck knows?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, and you can't have a doctor make that call because some dude selling is so good. It can fool, doctors.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen. So it's a tough call. And it's like, you almost have to have somebody who's a worker who can be a spotter, essentially, and see if anything looks out of the ordinary. If you see like, you know, oh, he starts working the right instead of the left.
Right.
Like, that's a sign immediately.
Yeah.
Stop the fucking match. You know, if you know, and it should honestly, it should be the fucking agent for the match.
That's what I was just thinking that.
It should be because they know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, if you're the agent for the match, you know what the spots are gonna be. So if you see like, oh, it's supposed to be tackle drop down and he's waiting for a hip toss that ain't fucking coming, like, call it off.
Yeah.
Like, for fuck's sake. But like, I saw that goddamn moonsault and I saw his fucking head hit and they like cut to commercial like right after.
Yeah.
So like I'm watching it and then hit and I go, oh goddamn. And like, and then the wife comes running in, like, what happened? And it's like goddamn tampon commercial or something going on. I'm like, no, it's not that. I swear to God. Like I know we're in a different time, but like, I'm cool with that. Man might have broken his neck.
Yeah.
Like, real serious shit.
Fucking broken ribs and a punctured lung. God damn.
Which, like, did he broke it on the moonsault? Like, is that what happened? Or because like he took so many more bumps in that match.
That's the thing.
And the one where they were going for their tag finish and he fucking got stiffed on that clothesline. Like, it was rough. I
do think it was on the moonsault. Because yeah, you see his his head snap back, but also consider that like that's his body flying backwards into that table, and those tables look like they're pretty stiff now.
Oh yeah, no,
they're well put together. So him and plus like and like I'm just gonna say when he did the moonsault, it looked like when he landed, like he was very free. And so like his momentum carried him straight back into the table. Probably was more so. God, because I want to say like whatever side he was like favoring was definitely it.
Yeah.
Because there were a couple of times where like he legit collapsed in the ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was just that force going backwards, and then that's what caused his head to snap back.
It's fucking.
I mean,
scary.
he was probably a little concussed too, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch more tests that he's gonna have to go through to be sure of everything. But God,
long story short, he got fucked up.
But then also, while being fucked up, put on one of the greatest performances I've ever seen.
Dude, they got a pop. They were getting Alyssa's awesome chant.
Like, not since that time that fucking Kurt Angle went out there and got and was concussed like immediately and then wrestled the rest of the fucking match, and it was pretty damn good. Like, I've seen a lot of dudes hurt. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of dudes try to like muscle through shit. And that was unbelievable. Yeah. Absolutely. I never want to see it again. The match should have been stopped. Especially in this day and age, like, yeah. You can throw up a video package. Who gives a fuck?
Don't take chances.
Don't take chances. You know? Like, go do a backstage segment with Carlito where he's talking about apples. I don't give a fuck.
Air the dark match. You know,
whatever. Yeah, whatever. You've got options. Yeah, and I feel like
out of catering.
Something, you know, they're there. Yeah, I don't ever want to see anything like that again. But also, it was unbelievable.
Crazy. So, so for this Saturday, we were talking about the stacked Royal Rumbles, which makes more sense to me now why they've made such a focus of people declaring themselves for the Rumble, because usually in like years past, it's been, like this group of people are going to be in it. Yeah. And then everybody else is just going to kind of show up. Sure. But now it's like, no, I'm declaring myself. And you're like, oh shit. Yeah. Okay. Like we know you're going to be in it, but like, they're actually like promoting the gimmick. They're promoting the event that way.
You know what I miss? And I wish they would bring it back. Is I want the bingo tumbler. I fucking love the bingo tumbler with the entrance numbers for it. Yeah. Like, I love that gimmick so much. It's so hokey and stupid, but like, it's thrilling.
It's so fun.
It's so much fun. Yeah. And to know, like, and they didn't do it this year at all, which was very surprising. They didn't do like the match of like number 1 and number 30.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I want that. I want that brought back, and I want it fucking free for all style, where you're on the goddamn, TV guide, and you're watching Duke the Dumpster Drosy versus Henry Godwin, and one of them's gonna be number 1, and one of them's gonna be number 30, and you couldn't give a fuck either way.
Yeah,
because they both suck.
Yeah,
and you're just hoping that maybe Stone Cold will come out and whip both their asses. I don't know.
God, the free for all. I used to pop for the free for all.
Goddamn right. Let's see, Bergman here coming in hot. 3 dudes on the men's side are better than 2-1 favorites. Cena, Rollins, Punks. Reigns is 3-1. I mean, it's Vegas.
Vegas odds, which I think it's fucking stupid for people to bet on wrestling.
I bet on it for 15 years. It didn't do nothing for me.
Yeah, I think it's fucking dumb that people bet on wrestling. Like, unless it's like a friend's bet. Like, hey, I'm going to bet you $1 in this slice of pizza that this happens next.
Hot dog and a handshake.
Hot dog and a handshake. Yeah, like, so for the men's, okay, so you got Cena in there.
Yeah.
Why?
Just say they can do it one more time.
Yeah, but I mean, also, he announced his retirement like a year ago, and how he's going to have this big retirement tour.
Yeah.
And now his retirement tour is only going to be like, what, 3 months?
And like he initially like announced like 180 fucking dates or some shit.
Like it was going to be like remember before when Flair did the gimmick of like, I'm retiring, but only after I lose.
Yeah.
And like he wrestled for like 6 to 8 months straight.
Totally.
And I think like Michaels did that. And like other people have done similar things like that where they do like, a retirement tour or something like that. I mean, fuck, Terry Funk retired for 25 years.
I'm pretty sure I retired Terry at one point,
Yeah. So to me, it feels cheap to have him in there.
Right.
Because I'm like, it's cheap. It's cheap heat.
And it is interesting because like in the after the Daniel Bryan situation or Bryan Danielson, whatever the fuck, where he was going to retire unless he won the title, and then he won the title, and then and then fucking killed himself for a month or whatever the fuck it was, and then was beaten, and then that was his actual retirement. Like you could, I guess you could do the same thing with Cena, but why? And who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And he's not over. His promos are not over. He's getting no reaction when he comes out. It's over, dude. Fucking go home.
Yeah. I mean, good for him. But like,
it's got to be a hard thing. It's got to be a hard thing to realize you haven't been missed that much.
Also, I hate retirement gimmicks in wrestling. Like, just be done. Just wave goodbye. Because you're going to come back.
Totally.
Wait a second. Bergman says, Hennig's retirement gimmick, he's pinned in Russo era WCW, is both the stuff of legend and lasted 5 weeks.
I don't remember that one.
I don't remember that one either. But like, there's no world in which Cena doesn't come back and have another match after this.
Right. I mean,
they all have.
So the thing is, like, this is what I predict for Cena. He's not winning the Royal Rumble.
No.
He will enter into the Elimination Chamber match as a last-ditch effort to try to win that spot, which I don't think he will win. And I think he will get fucked out of it by his last opponent, whoever that's going to be at WrestleMania.
I've got one for you.
Here it is. Give him the pencil.
Oh, wait. Because he's wrapping up at Mania. Money in the Bank would come after Mania.
Correct.
Because what I was going to say was John wins Money in the Bank.
You're booking everyone to win the fucking briefcase, brother.
Because who's also in that match? Jey Uso. And who's close to getting it? Jey Uso. But who doesn't get it? Jey Uso. Who does get it? Big John. You want to turn John Cena heel?
One last time.
Have him beat Jey Uso. People are going to shit on that. So yeah, I think the Rumbles are going to be interesting. The Kevin Owens Cody Rhodes thing, and why don't we wrap up with this?
Well, hold on. Before we do that,
Oh,
we need to give predictions, I think.
oh, predictions?
Rumble predictions. Like, who do you think is winning the Royal Rumble?
Well, I got to pull up the goddamn roster now.
I mean, it's going to be like one of 5 dudes. So,
yeah, but yeah, but you know, I gotta pick somebody.
You do, yeah.
And I want to know who I can pick. Let's see, like who would actually be in it? That's the other thing too. AJ's apparently bouncing back. We'll see. I think if you go, I mean, like really, like in a perfect world, if I got to pick, it'd be Bronson Reed.
Oh, it's too soon.
No, but yeah, like too soon because he's hurt.
Well, right. Oh wait, hold on. Bergman with it. The gimmick was he retired if he was pinned. So he lose for 5 weeks by DQ count out submission, and he was pinned at Mayhem by Buff Bagwell. Then manages standards and practices, and the Harris twins.
Yeah,
that is phenomenal.
I mean, okay, it's probably going to be Punk winning. Let's be honest.
Okay.
For the women's, shit, like who's even been like a top contender lately?
Well, I have a theory for the women's.
So. Okay, go for the women's.
The women's Royal Rumble winner is going to be Becky Lynch.
Oh, you think Becky Lynch is going to come back and win this one?
She is going to come back and win it, and people are going to be like, eh.
You don't think it's going to be Charlotte Flair? She's coming back at the Rumble.
I don't think it is. I think Becky Lynch will eliminate Charlotte Flair.
Oh.
To set up a feud in the meantime.
Could we not though? Could we not do that again?
Well, that's the thing. That's why people are going to shit on it.
Yeah.
Like, and here's the thing. And here's the thing with WWE right now. Like, people don't want the old shit.
No.
They want some new shit.
Like, it is getting to that point now where people are like, give us something new.
Give us the new shit.
Like, because we're on the new shit.
Yeah.
Not that old shit.
Exactly. So, like, that's why John Cena's stale. Nobody's going to give a fuck about either Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. No one's going to fucking care. And that's why, like, the fucking Tiffy cash-in had so much fucking a huge pop.
Yeah.
It was something new. You made somebody. You know? And that's why, like, they can't give it to Bayley because nobody gives a fuck. Like, they want new stars. Yeah. That's what WWE fans want right now. Unfortunately, they're going to get CM Punk and Becky Lynch.
I want to see a wild card. Like a wild card for the women's.
I mean, you've got the TNA girl, possibly Jordan.
Jordan Grace will more than likely pop up in there.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know who would have been great to win the fucking men's if he wasn't hurt right now? Tonga Loa. Fuck. It's the greatest out there.
Now, again, who would you, not who you think is it, who do you want to win?
Who do I want to win?
That's eligible and able to be in the men's rumble.
Oh, I want Dominic to win.
There you have it, folks.
Dominic Mysterio, man, all the way.
Goddamn right.
Bergman's calling Roxanne, call up. She's getting the call up for sure. I think that they will. That would be good, but I think they're going to put her with Bayley.
Okay.
For a bit before she gets in there. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. Women's could be a toss up right now. I mean, unless like Alexa Bliss comes back.
Right.
Because she could be the other one.
Right. Yeah, that could be the case. I think people even like Rhea's growing stale.
Dude, I was thinking about this after watching Saturday Night's Main Event. I was like, she's overbooked.
Yeah.
They're booking her way too strong.
Yep.
they haven't really given her anybody new.
Mm-mm.
They settled her with Liv for way too long.
That went on for so goddamn long.
So long. And I think the stuff she's doing with Raquel is only going to hold her down too. Yeah. She needs like a kind of posse to control.
Yeah.
Which, Raquel could, Raquel's fine as the bodyguard, but I don't know. Like, I watched that tag match and I was like, right now, Liv is the best one in the ring flying around like that.
Oh, totally.
Like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, women's could be a toss up. Not really sure. Yeah, I don't really know who I got my money on, but it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
I hope at the end I'm truly surprised.
We're due for a surprise.
Yeah.
What the last surprise we got was what, Nakamura?
When Nakamura won?
That might have been the last like real surprise.
That was a good year too, because that was him and then Asuka won, because that was the first women's rumble too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Hopefully Asuka comes back.
Oh well, yeah, that could be a nice. I think people wouldn't shit on Asuka.
No.
So I think if you're going to do something like that, like she could win it again.
You got to give it to somebody who's capable and somebody that the fans like. It's got to be somebody that the fans are already there for. Like we're with her, but like she hasn't necessarily like broken through that mold yet. But like this would be the thing that would do it, or somebody who's like at a lower level. And it's kind of more of like a, whoa, what the fuck did I just see sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see here. Bergman says, it feels clearly like whoever wins the women's match is going after Tiffy because the names have already done Mania with Rhea. Yep. It's true. So you want to talk about Cody and Kevin?
Cody and Kevin. How do you think this ends?
Unfortunately, I don't think Owens is going to win. As much as the man deserves it, as much as the man deserves all the money for all the t-shirts that he is producing that are just so phenomenal. And even though, I got a soft spot in my heart for Kevin Owens, the Cody train is just going to move on to Mania. Like, it's just, unfortunately.
See, and here's the dilemma, because I think personally, I think story-wise, Kevin is the best bet.
Oh, yeah.
Like legitimately from a story standpoint, not just because like I've got a soft spot for him too, but like I think that it is a more interesting story if the title changes hands.
And you just keep the Winged Eagle, that's fine.
Yeah. Because you have Owens, who has been constantly like, I'm right. Everybody is working against me. This, that, and the other thing. If you have him finally win it, like that creates an interesting story and dynamic within that title picture. Because now it's like, well, what is going to happen leading up to Mania? Because like we all know Roman wants it. There's Cody's certainly going to want it. There's going to be something with The Rock, maybe. Like,
can I make a prediction? I just had a thought.
Ooh, I love thoughts.
So I predict that this year's Royal Rumble opens up with the Men's Rumble.
Okay, yeah.
To which anyone but Sami Zayn wins. And when Sami Zayn loses the Rumble, his only opportunity to get a match at WrestleMania is to help Kevin Owens win.
That was the tease.
And thusly, when it comes to the Elimination Chamber, you have Sami Zayn in the match, to which Kevin Owens then fucks his best friend. And thusly you have, goddamn, give me the pencil. Give it to me.
See, I thought you were going to also go with Owens helped Sammy win that.
It's Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
He's going to look like he's going to help him and then fuck him in the end.
But then who does he put in, but then like who does he help then?
Whoever wins,
yeah,
is triple threat at Mania.
So it doesn't matter.
Right.
Ooh. That could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think Owens winning is the more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Michael. I thought that was a great angle.
Yeah.
Great angle.
Great angle.
So yeah. Business wise, I could see them keeping it on Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing that train. I do love the idea though of the WWE title essentially being this burden after a certain point in time.
Right.
Because like, let's face it, like you could retcon like that's what Roman was going through
right
towards the end. That's why he had to surround himself with everybody to constantly protect him.
Right.
And why he constantly made people, work for him. And now Cody, who's presumably been more or less on his own since he's won it, has just been stressed out and frustrated because all he wants to do is just be, the company's champion, the champion of the people, the thing he's always dreamed of doing. But it's not all it was cracked up to be. And he's breaking at the seams now, but he knows he can't let it get to him.
It's a real metaphor for the American dream.
It really is.
And
boom, right there, the American dream.
How about
because
that?
To me, hearing all of that makes it sound more like an American nightmare. Whoa!
We're not going to top that, folks. That's it. That's it.
That's the end of the show.
Yeah, we're going home.
Yep,
we're going home. For fuck's sake, folks, if you didn't enjoy yourself, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. But if you did, God damn it, could you please follow, like, subscribe, share, all the bullshit. All of it. And if you really want to go that extra mile, go get yourself a goddamn t-shirt.
Shop merchandising. Listen, folks, it's times are tough. Okay.
This economy. Have you seen eggs?
Have you seen eggs?
Fuck.
There's probably a promo going on at tpublic.com right now.
Exactly. That your t-shirt might be cheaper than a dozen of eggs. It might actually be cheaper to get a brain wreck t-shirt than it is to make an omelet.
You gotta get there before the tariffs take over too.
Totally. Which, by the way, that's a scam.
We pay those.
Yeah, we pay those. Those are paid by the American people.
Well, we don't. TeePublic does.
TeePublic,
yeah,
right.
Have
yeah, no, the price. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
middleman.
That's all we are. We're just the middleman.
We're just ants.
Yeah.
Just moving along, shucking and jiving.
Round Earth. Globe. The globe is round. It's not flat.
The globe is round. If you've liked anything that we've done, please leave a comment, subscribe. Make sure you go like those shorts. Subscribe to our TikTok channel over on the Instagram. We are so goddamn close to hitting 1,000 subscribers on the YouTubes. So please help us out. Share,
that's the goal this year.
Right, that is the goddamn goal. And also, if we get 1,000 subscribers over on the Talk, we can stream this show live over there as well.
And they love us over there.
Fuck yes, they do. God, what's not to love? You see this face?
TikTokers. Listen, this is the voice and the face of discourse in America.
We're getting them press passes.
Dominic Mysterio. He's a legend. I'm done.
I need a nap.
I peaked. Yeah, I peaked.
Years ago,
man. Peak 2's coming.
For this week, I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
This has been your show.
Peace.